Welcome back to the Architect Fitness YouTube channel. My name is Tony and welcome to another edition of Food Friday. Today we're going to be reviewing a product that I ate almost every single day on my way to losing 60 pounds last year. And that is the Kodiak Cakes Power Cakes Flapjack and Waffle Mix. This particular flavor I have right here is the chocolate chip. Usually eat the dark chocolate flavor or the buttermilk, but I wanted to give this one a try and it's pretty good, and we'll get into that a little bit more in depth later. But first, let's talk about the nutrition facts of this product. And it's important to note, a lot of times when you look at a pancake mix, whether it's a regular pancake mix or a protein pancake or healthy pancake mix, some of them do require you to make them with other ingredients. So the nutrition facts that you find in the label aren't representative of the nutrition facts of the entire meal that you're going to be getting out of it. With the Kodiak cakes, you can mix it with just water. It is pretty good with just water. I usually use Fairlife fat-free milk, and if you haven't tried Fairlife milk before, I highly recommend checking it out. We're going to be doing a review of that product line next week, but let's get into this right now. So a serving size is a half of a cup or 53 grams. I usually just measure mine with a measuring cup. If you want to get more specific, you could weigh it. The total calories are 200, with 25 of those calories coming from fat. The total fat content is 3 grams with 1 gram of saturated fat. There are 10 milligrams of cholesterol, 390 milligrams of sodium, 30 grams of carbs with 4 grams of dietary fiber and 9 grams of sugar, and 14 grams of protein. The ingredients are as follows: 100% whole grain wheat flour, 100% whole grain oat flour, wheat protein isolate, semi-sweet chocolate, sugar, unsweetened chocolate, cocoa butter, dextrose, sunflower lectin, cane sugar, whey protein concentrate, milk protein concentrate, buttermilk, light molasses with refinery syrup and cane molasses, leavening, which is monocalcium phosphate, baking soda, natural flavor, and sea salt. And then there's a warning: contains milk and wheat and eggs, so don't be allergic to any of those things if you're going to eat these. And that is pretty much it. So you might be thinking, it's kind of a long ingredients list, but it is a pancake mix, so obviously it's going to have a few different things in it. Now, as you can see, the macros on this are pretty good, which is a big reason why I eat it so frequently. But the more important thing for me in this instance is how quick and filling it is. It's super simple to make. I take half of a cup of the powder, half of a cup of milk, mix it together, and then I put it on the griddle, and it takes a few minutes to cook. You have to flip it once, and it's probably a 10-minute process all told. In the mornings when you're rushing out of the house, it's quick, easy, well-rounded, and pretty filling, and it doesn't take that long to eat either. Now, the dark chocolate flavor I think is the best. It's kind of like a giant chocolate chip cookie. It tastes awesome. Now, there are dozens of different protein and healthy pancake mixes out there. I've tried almost all of them, and I would say the Kodiak cakes are hands down the best when it comes to flavor and texture. It's basically like a real pancake. If you're to use a traditional pancake mix like a Bisquick, it is going to be a little bit fluffier, but the difference between this and something like that is pretty small. Kodiak does have a bunch of different flavors. As I mentioned, I usually eat the buttermilk, the dark chocolate, or now I'm trying the chocolate chip, which I do like, but they have things like almond and poppy seed, cinnamon oat, pumpkin, and I've tried almost all of their flavors, and I will say that I really don't like many of the other ones. More so than the flavor, I just find the texture of them to be not quite right. The chocolate chip, the dark chocolate, and the buttermilk are the truest to a regular pancake texture, and for me, that's kind of a big thing. While you can make these with just water and the texture is great, you can get a more true pancake texture out of it if you do use a whole milk or add an egg or both. As I mentioned before, I use fat-free Fairlife milk, and for more than just the flavor, it's just a way for me to add a little bit of extra protein and carbs. If you get a flavor like the dark chocolate, I think it's sweet enough that I don't eat it with syrup. The buttermilk, I tend to put butter and syrup on it, but again, that's going to take a dent out of your calories and macros for the day, which is why I tend to go for the dark dark chocolate flavor. It's just really good on its own. It's sweet enough on its own, and it's really fast to eat, easy cleanup. And then I don't have to worry about tracking a whole bunch of additional foods like a tablespoon of butter or a tablespoon of maple syrup or anything like that. Now you can find these at Shaw's Supermarket, Market Basket, Hannaford, Target. So they're pretty easy to find. I usually can only find the dark chocolate flavor at Target, and the price is usually between $4 and $5. There's 10 servings in a box, so even if you're eating this every weekday, you're still going to get 2 weeks out of it. Kodiak does make a wide range of other products that are pretty macro friendly. They have a brownie mix that's pretty good, the blondie mix, which is all right. I have some cornbread. I haven't tried it yet. And they also make some single serving pancake cups that you can mix and put in the microwave, and it kind of is a pancake in a cup, which is a little weird, but they're pretty good. They do also have a pre-made frozen waffle, kind of like an Eggo. I will say the taste on those is okay, and the macros aren't great if you compare it to a traditional Eggo waffle, which most people would probably think of as a junk food. The macros really aren't that much better. They're pretty high in fat, and if you follow a traditional flexible dieting program, your carbs are probably going to be a little on the higher side with a little bit lower fat, so it can be important to kind of conserve those fat macros throughout the day. Now, if you can't find these locally or you prefer to do your shopping online, I'm going to provide an Amazon link below where you can get these. If you have a favorite flavor of the Kodiak mix, tell me what it is in the comments below. Or if you prefer another brand that you think is better than Kodiak, I want to know. I might not have tried it, and I would love to try it out and do a review on it as well. So let me know what your favorite healthy protein pancake mix is, and we'll see you next week for another Food Friday.